Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in. Anfield Road TV's match reaction. Me and Spider literally done a live stream watch along on what a game that was, Reds. If you are watching on the repeat or if you're watching in obviously live anyway, get your comments in. Let me know who was your man of the match today for the Red Men. That is the performance, Spider, that we've wanted.
Yeah. That's like I was saying, when is this team going to wake up? But I mean, Liverpool are a sleeping dragon, man. You know, you just need to give them a sniff of something to eat, and they'll take their chances. But look, they were tired. You know, when I say a sleeping dragon, I mean they've had their belly full, and the minute they get hungry, they wake back up again, and that's what it looked like to me. So, like the intensity from the get go was phenomenal. You know, the chances created almost instantly. You know, 2 early goals within the first 6 minutes is a good marker to lay down. We were saying that in previous, actually in the build up to this game, we were saying that like making a statement early in the game. It was the same we were talking about United. If we don't make the statements early in the game and we don't take at least create enough chances to hound the goal, it's hard for us to pick up the intensity a small bit more from there. That's the way it was in the start of the season. But different Liverpool came out today, absolutely phenomenal. Bobby looked back to his best, at least this week. Let's hope it may continue. You know, we're going to need him for the entire season, you know, to back up Darwin. So, look, fantastic performance from the lads all around.
Yeah, for me personally, Jack, get your comments in anyway as well. Absolute legends. Obviously, Fabian, get more than we hoped for. Happy at least as well. Fabian, what a performance. It couldn't have got any better. Absolutely excellent in all departments. Getting Alan. Obviously, I was on a podcast with Alan and Owen yesterday, and that's what we wanted. Alan won it. Most importantly, the reaction as Spider alluded to, and you couldn't have got an even better. But it was the intensity levels, Reds, today, that I was massively impressed with. And I think that was set very early on by Andy Robinson. There was a little transition in terms of Andy Robinson. For the last couple of weeks, we really haven't seen him get past the halfway line in reality. But a little transition play. I think Spider's going to fall off a seat here. You've got too many bevies here, lad.
Fixing me microphone lead.
I was going to say, yeah. But the intensity levels from Andy Robinson, mate. And we got like a really good inkling in the opening passage of play today, Spider. You instantly knew the crowd. You can hear it. And if you went to the game, everyone, hopefully safe travels as well. Most importantly, to all the Bournemouth fans as well. Obviously, I did have Matt on yesterday in the pre-match build-up show. But yeah, the intensity levels you were really impressed with, weren't you, Spider, as well?
Yeah, massively. Like, there's a complete difference. As you said, like everybody mentioned about heavy metal football when Klopp first came to the club, and we've seen it for many years, and we were actually spoiled with the amount of heavy metal football we've seen. We didn't see that intensity in quite a while in Liverpool. We've always been a good side and in the last while, but today I saw that intensity. I saw every little gap being closed off. I saw 2 to 3 players tracking the one guy, and then if the ball was released, the next 2 players would come in with that last player from the other track, and then they were tracking down that guy. So I haven't seen that in quite a while. But Liverpool themselves, man, they looked like they were out to make a statement themselves. You know, they were bitterly disappointed with where the season started. You could get over the 2 early draws with the length of the season that we had last season. You know, we have to understand, guys, as well, that we've only had about a 5-week break, not even, and. Yeah. You know, and these guys they're the only English side to play the most games in a season in history. So no other team has played that amount of games in a season in history. Every single cup competition was gotten to in a final. You know, you can't, even up to the last day of the Premier League, you can't ask for anything more from a side for what they did for us last season, even though, you know, we still came away with 2 trophies, maybe not the 2 big ones, but they did that. But look, the intensity today just looked like, you know what, we're still here, we're hungry for that. This Liverpool team is not the Liverpool team, what they're saying, we're finished now. Why? They said we're just a bit tired at the start of the season. We needed a bit of a recharge, you know, and what a recharge to get than losing to our worst rivals and then giving us a kick up the bum that we needed. So, and you know, this can go on and completely change the season. Hopefully keeps a lot of the tweeters quiet for a little bit. And long may it continue.
Yeah, we'll get to Bobby, we'll get to Diaz, we'll get to Trent anyway, chat. Let me know your start. Well, your man in the matches. What were you most impressed with, most importantly, everyone, in the comments if you are watching on the repeat or if you're watching live, get your comments in. What really impressed you the most? Obviously the goals, but in terms of the analytical point of view, in terms of analysing the game, chat, get your thoughts in the comment section below. We won't be reading out every single one of them as well. If you are new around here, hit that subscribe button down below. We do a lot of live streams. Obviously, Spider does all of his gaming every single night, but not tonight, mate. You've got a gig.
I've got a
But
gig. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Obviously,
I'm singing
Spider
tonight.
does. Yeah, Spider's got his gaming channel and everything, so it is in the description as well. Most importantly, and it means Spider. Well, we haven't. Well, once we've got a graphic sorted, we've got something very special coming.
Yes, we do.
On another channel. So something to look forward to, and make sure I'm pretty sure all of you will support us on that anyway. So it's exciting times to be at Ed as well. Cannot wait for that. But as Alan said there, Spider, Bobby is finished my beep. No look, but it's 100th goal, Liverpool goal, my man in a match, 100% as well there, chat. Also happy with Elliot, at least some end products.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah,
he's been our best player this season already, hasn't he, Spider and Chat?
Yeah, yes, he's been fantastic. Like he's been determined. You can tell that he's a Liverpool fan for how hard he works, even if he's not up to the fitness standard that he is yet. Getting back into this team, his work rate's fantastic. I can see that Klopp is using him tentatively, and just kind of keeping him saying he knows what that injury was about. He knows that he needs to ease him in, and if he's already had a first fantastic 45 minutes to 60 minutes, take him off, relax him, help him to mend a bit more, get the ice on him, and go again. And we have to realize that was a serious injury that he took last season, early in the season. Yeah. That would have finished most careers, but because he's so young, he has the ability to come back and heal from it. But my God, that was a fantastic finish, the way he took that. Like, unbelievable finish today.
That was Riyad Mahrez or anyone else in the Premier League, mate. Everyone would be waxing lyrical about it.
Yeah. It was unreal. And to the point, well, I had to laugh because it was at the point where Bobby just lost the ball for a second. It looked like a really cool flick back, but Bobby just lost it, and he was there ready to kind of receive it. So that's good. And I know he was brilliant today, Elliot. Like, if it wasn't for how good Bobby played and how good Diaz played, it would have been Elliot man of the match for me. On top of that, so yeah.
100% happy as well. Spot on there, Fabian. Liverpool number 9, sitting on cloud 9 after a 9-0. Go ahead, Rob, lad. All the 9s.
Hang on, Rob. I thought Thrillers need the other team to score.
Yeah, I was going to say, hopefully, I think Bournemouth might be calling 999 after that performance anyway, fella, but I think they might need to. Sadly, Arsenal are running away with the league. As Rob said, yeah, they're already leading 0-0 against Fulham right now, Rod. I'll tell you what, stop the league season now. It's over. But yeah, spot on there, Rod. And thank you to every single one of you that did tune in, obviously, for the live stream watch along. A very good response as well. And obviously, me not watching the games from Everest, me not watching this game has made the team win in such a manner.
Yes.
Come on, you Reds. Everest.
Don't ever watch again.
But yeah, I was going to say, keep it up, mate. I was going to say, but shout out to Everest, mate, and thank you for always continued support, mate, as well. And you've got some cracking highlights to watch now, mate. I'm pretty sure you've watched the highlights, mate, but it's a tremendous result, fella, as we know. And shout out Alan as well. Harvey did an interview on LFC TV, crying, talking about the goal. His nan died a few days ago. R.I.P. Yeah. Oh, bloody hell. No, spot on there, Alan. Obviously, forced to go to Harvey and the family as well. As Spider said, he's a massive Liverpool fan, most importantly. He gets what it means to play for Liverpool. And obviously, as I said, Spider, that would mean quite a lot for him. Obviously, I think his dad does go to every single game. Obviously, forced to go to Harvey. Yeah.
He was like, you see, his dad traveled. I think like Harvey was over dancing in the middle of the crowd in Kiev just a few seasons ago there, when we got to that final. And his dad was with him, all the same pals that travel around and go to the games as well. So, he comes from good stock, and he's a right through and through. My condolences to his nan. To him for about his nan passing away, and to the family. So, but what a way to to honour her by getting a goal like that today.
Yeah.
And then, you know, as he said, he blessed himself and pointed to this guy towards her, and that's all he wanted to see. So all he wanted to do, and he was happy out. You know, I could see he looked like he wanted to cry on the pitch, but like in a kind of a passionate way. But I didn't realize that's the reason why. So
he and judging from the injury news after the game as well, chat, it was very much precautionary, as Jurgen Klopp did come out after the game, and it was only a slight minor knock, but as Jurgen Klopp said after the game, it's not too major. And obviously, given the score line, that's exactly why we brought him off. We don't want to be risking him anyway, and what a performance Carvalho had. We've mentioned the intensity and obviously the comfort. It's about the confidence boost now, and it's by what this does now. Hopefully, propel and chat. We want this result, regardless of whoever it was today. It was Bournemouth, and going into the Newcastle game, which will be a really difficult game. We've seen how well they've started. Obviously, their performance against Manchester City as well, most importantly, but obviously, another home game for Liverpool now. It's all about getting that confidence and taking this result into the Newcastle game, most importantly. Anyways. Oh, I think you're on mute, Dale.
Well, no, I was dubbing myself. Right. So,
right. You just challenge in a McKindo. There we go. I can't say nothing. Yeah, everyone just enjoy.
But like, no, I think it's we've Everton this weekend, isn't it? On the Saturday, and then Newcastle on the Wednesday, is it?
No, Newcastle, and then
Everton.
Yeah, we've got a
Newcastle Wednesday. Jesus, yeah.
Midweek.
I thought that was next week.
Game, yeah.
This is me and gigs, right? So yeah, no, look. It wouldn't have mattered who came onto that pitch today. I think with the intensity that Liverpool played today, they were getting spanked. I think.
Yeah.
You know, I just thought no matter what, Liverpool were up for this game today. It was a good thing that it was kind of born in the end with the amount of goals that we got. But I think that we would have been able to punish anybody today after that performance last week. There was the complete change in the mannerisms of every player on the team. There was none of this stepping back thing, none of this hands behind the back thing. There was none of this maybe sidestepping thing. Everybody was running and running and running. And, you know, and each one of them deserved that ice bat there today when they get back into that thing. They did us proud out there on the pitch today.
And we said on our watch along, mate, didn't we? Yeah. If that was City out there today, they would have got a spanking, given the intensity level as well, mate.
Yeah. Absolutely. I wouldn't care who was on that pitch today. They were definitely getting a spanking by us. So let it continue. This is great momentum going into a team like Newcastle who's going to be exciting. You know, they're after strengthening their side, something massive. But I just think that that's going to be a game where it's going to be counter-attack football from us, and it has to be Firmino and Hendo at their finest if they're starting. But also with the cameo that Carvalho had when he came on, I think he's close to starting to deserve a start as well, you know, against teams. But we're still going to need, with the intensity that Newcastle are starting to play with, we're still going to need some sort of cover in there and let the boys up front do their business. So
yeah, and it's the sheer magnitude of this win as well, mate. And chat, obviously, as Steve said, I was sleeping this afternoon, worked long hours, and woke up in the twilight zone anyway. But Steve, thank you for tuning in, mate, as well. And hopefully enjoy the highlights. If you've seen them, mate, you missed one hell of a game, but hopefully had a good shift in work, mate. And thank you for tuning in as always, Steve. And it's what this result, as Spider alluded to there, the confidence. And obviously Liverpool hadn't been beaten a calendar season. Obviously, we'd obviously dropped a couple of results against Manchester United. That was our second defeat in the calendar season anyway, but it's remarkable. And this is what it does, chat, as well. Teams coming to Anfield, if we continue bagging goals like that and teams are coming to Anfield and we're hitting 6, 7, 5 goals past them, every single team, regardless if that's City or Newcastle coming up midweek as well, mate. It's the confidence that it breathes from the stands onto the pitch, and it almost becomes that similar with when teams used to go to Old Trafford and even Liverpool in recent seasons. They've already been beaten before they've gotten the pitch, Spider, haven't they?
Yeah, pretty much, and it puts a lot of pressure, like that kind of intensity and that kind of noise that it creates, and that kind of you feel it in the air, and I feel that that kind of intensity and feeling that you get, it passes down to every player on that pitch, regardless if it's the opposition. It has the opposite effect. If you're in a Liverpool shirt, it has a super positive effect. And even with the referees and the linesmen, it makes sure that they have a good game so that they're on their game. You want it to be a fair game, but it does put a lot of pressure on them as well. So, yeah, look, big game coming up. I think it's a big game, especially with how much they've improved. Newcastle, Brighton have improved something fierce over the last couple of seasons. Newcastle look like at this point in the season, or even up until December, everybody says, "Oh yeah, Newcastle are going down. They're dead and buried." But they changed up. They changed up the manager. They got a couple of bodies in. They steadied the ship. They got a great sign in Guimaraes. Is it Guimaraes? Yeah, Bruno Guimaraes.
Yeah, Bruno,
so he's been a good signing for them. Sam Maximan is always terrorizing defenses. But look, at the end of the day, we just have to keep these players at bay. We don't give them any possession. We don't give them any outlets, and they won't do you any damage. But Newcastle did City some damage a couple of weeks ago, or last week, I should say, and we have to keep an eye on that. But there's no better atmosphere, at any of those stadiums.
In world football,
in Anfield, and Newcastle have got a great atmosphere as well at theirs. But no, look. We're great win today. Now let's focus on the next game and let's keep this momentum going. Let's get the fans behind them. Just don't worry about the checkbook or whatever's going to happen. If it happens, it happens. But just support the team of the pitch now and let's go. All right, because we need to pick up the season right now. Yeah.
John, and you get your wallets out, fella. So we've mentioned the intensity level chat as well, and a lot of you just mentioned getting done. Fantastic win. Wasn't too bad, was it, Dawn? Well, it wasn't too bad. Not too bad of results. But big up Dawn as well, and big up everyone for tuning in. Absolute legends. If you haven't already done so, smash that like button for, not me, but for the Reds. Hitting 9 goals. 9. I'm going to have to, it's going to take me a while to edit that goal compilation a bit later anyway. But what a performance that was from the Reds. So the intensity level was absolutely in tip-top form. The confidence boost, as we mentioned. But we've got to talk about the man of the moments, man of the game, really. And I've seen people going, "Oh, Bobby's assists were easy assists." I was like, mate, like it's still mad, like how people criticize obviously Bobby's performance. It's mad, like they weren't the best.
Kicking a football is easy.
It's like, mate, you get on the pitch, fella. You get on the pitch, and if you can't take the joy out of this performance, and yes, it's against Bournemouth, but Christ Almighty, just enjoy it. This is what it's all about. Just get out there and enjoy it.
You could play an FA Cup game with nearly a full strength squad and only win a 2-1. But you're playing a Premier League side in Bournemouth, who were the champions of the Championship last season, which is another highly intensive league. And then they come to this end, they get destroyed 9-0. That just shows the intensity of one team over the other. That's all.
Bobby Firmino, mate, man of the match. What impressed you about his performance today, mate, as well as his goals, assists, and everything?
His teeth. But like, no, but he was outstanding, man. He was winning everything. He was winning balls back. He was stepping into positions that he hadn't done for quite a while. Getting in front of the defenders when it looks like the defender was going to scoop out the ball. He was linking up well between Sally. He was linking up well on the left-hand side between him and Diaz. Everything you want to expect from a Bobby performance, really. He was unselfish. He got himself a goal as well, a couple of goals, and on the score sheet. And was it a hat trick of assists in the end, Jack? Did you see?
Yeah, hat trick of assists and 2 goals as well. Like he was best. He was back to his brilliant best anyway. So
yeah,
tell you what,
he's going to be hard to drop now. What are you doing, Bobby?
Yeah. I was going to say, especially if he gets a hat-trick with assists again against, obviously, Newcastle. Yeah. And then Nunes going to find it difficult to get it. Yeah. We say it. But, Bobby Firmino, tremendous. Carry it, as we mentioned, we carry it on. But you wanted to talk about Trent, mate, and chat. Yeah. Performance-wise, off the back of the results that we've had in recent times, not just me inspired, but a lot of people being obviously criticising the team performances. But I think most importantly, Trent in recent weeks, especially, he'll be disappointed himself. Most importantly, he'll know he let himself down, he let the team down. But obviously, the performance level from Trent today, the way in which he took that goal, Spider, was, and I said it on my watch along as well, mate, very Steven Gerrard-esque.
Very much.
In terms of the way in which he took that goal, took a touch, and the technique levels.
Yeah.
He's those are his best moments, aren't they, mates? That's Trent at his brilliant best.
Yeah, he was brilliant there today. Like some of the crosses into the box were fantastic. Left foot, right foot. Some of his decision making was much better in where to release the ball, when not to cross it, when to release it, not just hoofing it in there for the sake of it. Because I thought him and Henderson were very much guilty of that at the start of the season. A lot of air balls just lofting in and over, and they're not going anywhere. No real intensity, no real thought process going into where the ball was going, no thinking ahead. But no, for me, he was fantastic today. Did well. That goal was just phenomenal. You know, that's up to one of the goals of the season already. You know, so for me, but you know, I think I don't know if it's Trent going through a transition period, but as I said to you again, we were live in the watch line, and I said, look where Trent is again today. He's sitting there right there in the centre attacking midfield role, or to the right or left, mainly to the right, and picking up the ball. I know he plays the right back, but when he needs to, he shot back. There's a couple of times where it looked like Bournemouth won again and over the top, but Trent was alert to it, and he was whipping back. He wasn't just jogging back this time. He was legging it back, and like he was getting back there strides ahead of the player who was probably quicker than him. But just the determination of the Trent today was fantastic. Long may it continue, but you know, I don't know if it's a transition period for Trent. I don't know if Klopp has told him, you know, you're going to drift in further into the field. Let me see what you're doing there. These are the games that Trent can do that. These are the games that Trent can go in there and play his little midfield role and get back at the same time, because they're not going to have too many people waiting up top, you know. And he's got a lot of cover there, you know, whether it be from Gomez, who also had a fantastic game today, by the way, or you know, Konate or Matip when he's there. Look, great goal. Brilliantly taken. Did he have a couple of assists as well today? I know you would have.
No, he got a goal, and I don't think it's gone down as an assist. He might have. Let's have a quick look.
I think if he crossed the ball, if the own goal, wouldn't that?
Yeah, I think the fans football's got it down as he's got an assist today and obviously a goal. So it classed it as an assist.
I think so, because he got like 15 points in like the fantasy football, and today must have classed it as well. All right, so there you go. I mean, that's what you need from that. Him and Robertson, you know, they were very good today. I have to give that. They look back to their best. Yeah, spot
on, mate. Chat, especially on YouTube. Anyway, the link is in the description. If you want to jump on, have your say on the game. Most importantly, as well, the link is in on the YouTube description. Has been pinned, so obviously you need to camera it on if possible if you're coming on, and obviously just shout out obviously the Reds and let me know your thoughts as well. But we've mentioned that Trent. We've mentioned Bobby, the brilliance. Luis Diaz getting 2 goals. I was really impressed by his performance today, mate, in chat. His driving, his determination, obviously the goal off the back of the Palace game as well. I think 2 goals. And what aspect that I was really surprised with, I didn't anticipate him to be this good in the air. Tell you, if Liverpool, if he's that good in the air, and we've got Jota on the pitch as well, or a Nunes, I think those 3 players, when they are going forward, mate, it's one aspect of his game that really I didn't anticipate him being that good.
Got that, and you put Van Dijk and Matip on top of that in corners and you know, late free kicks if we're needing a goal or something like that, and that makes you one of the most dangerous sides in a set piece in world football, let alone just in the league. You know, I mean, if we're coming in and it's like a Champions League semi-final or something like that, and you've got that kind of. You've got them scoring goals with headers all season, and Jota and Diaz on the pitch, and then you have Van Dijk and Matip or Konate or them running up for the ball. That's putting fear into any team, and that's what you want. If you like, he surprised me how good he was in the air today, winning the few headers that he did and getting that goal also. But man, like what a player Diaz is. His intensity is just non-stop, isn't it? He just doesn't stop running. He just goal. Yeah, like. And then he's turning on pennies. You think he's about to pass it, and then he just turns inside somebody and runs through another 2 or 3 people. And you're like, where are you off the fella? You know? And then Joe still comes away with the ball. Brilliant. He was outstanding today.
Yeah, especially considering, obviously, the recent weeks, he's been the one pest, really, for opposition teams. Him and Elliott have been a nuisance for any defender. And obviously, I think he's on 3 Premier League goals now, chat. Is that correct? So it's not too bad. Bobby's not too far behind him anyway at this rate. Bobby's going for the golden boot already. And obviously, the first goal Bobby did score when he got his first since 2020 at Anfield in the Premier League.
Which was a year almost.
Yeah, that's obviously we'd like Bobby to get a lot more goals, but if he does continue this, as Spider and Chat have already alluded to, it might be difficult if he continues playing like that. If Bobby keeps on dropping those games like he did today, then I'll tell you what, Nunes might not have a sniff. And for me personally, the way I look at it, I'd start him against Everton anyway.
Yeah.
Bobby, because I trust him more, especially with the environment and the whole atmospheric, and obviously Everton, it'd be nasty. We've all joked about it. If Nunes did start, he'd literally get sent off himself anyway. So I'd start Bobby for me, mate.
100%, 100%, man. It's just that's the for Everton to win that game. That's who they'll target. They'll target the likes of the hotheads in the team. They'll target Nunes, and I know we're giving him the label of hothead, but he's coming from a league that gets overlooked an awful lot, and he's understanding now that he came to the Premier League. You can't just put your head up into somebody because they'll just dive around like a I don't know, like a child that's after kicking his toy out of a pram. It's just the way it is. In the league, it's a shame, really, because it's a tough sport in itself. But a lot of people just simulate a lot of these fouls and stuff and get away with it. So I mean, for me, he didn't actually pull his head back and bop him at that time. He kind of went up into him, but your man just.
I wish he did.
I actually wish he did pop him on the nose. I've seen Joey Barton do far worse than just like the ref give him a telling off. You know what I mean?
He didn't do it properly. But shout out Rod's comment as well. I really hope all the transfer panic and Milner is too old talk will go away now. What a response for the Reds. So I think, no, Rods, I understand it, and we spoke about it last night as well, mate. Liverpool do need to strengthen in that midfield, regardless of the win. Even if we won this game 1-0, it's important, and it's a massive indicating factor that the owners were there today. I'm pretty sure Jurgen Klopp, in recent days or nights, has been really annoyed in terms of obviously the activity in which Liverpool, the inactivity of Liverpool in the market, really. But shout out there, Rods, as I said. People, if you want to jump on, the link is there. Get your say on the game as well, Steve. All the LFC haters now are crawled under the rock. And no, it's different. It's not the thing, no, Steve. Obviously, I understand criticism, and obviously I understand from both, and even I was criticising the owners last night as well, and over the last couple of weeks, because it's quite warranted, Steve. Obviously, the revenue streams Liverpool, Spider, that have generated, and especially we needed to invest in that midfield, it's been negligent in terms of the way in which Liverpool, and not to dwell too much on it, mate, but it's been negligent from the club's part that they haven't backed Jurgen Klopp in the right manner.
But you have to put that down to, right, I know we've got a transition period going from Edwards to Ward now, and these are the guys in the scout that are making the decisions to kind of who they're going to go after and whatnot. And I've never been an FSG out dude. I was a little bit when I heard about that Super League of Small. I was like, what's going on here? Don't Americanize this game. And I was a little bit when I heard about the price hike for the fans, but I never was when it came to regards the funds and the way they were running the business right. And we always seem to have profit. Like, no club wants. If you want your club to spend money all the time and not make any money back, then your club is never going to survive. It's just the way it is. And they've done it right. But with regards this, I don't know whether it is down to the owners to say, like, what you want. Maybe they have. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes. But the only thing that I kind of noticed is that Klopp said I was wrong. So he didn't. Maybe he didn't ask for the midfielder. Maybe he said we don't need one, or maybe he's really holding out to be able to spend a lot of money next season. I don't know, but maybe it's something like that. But if I'd put the onus on maybe Klopp not putting too much pressure.
It's a mixture. It's a mixture.
But maybe then, FSG should have turned around and said, maybe you want one just in case. And I would like to hear that from them. But nobody wants to spend money, especially if the manager tells them we don't kind of need it right now. So that's kind of just a series of steps that just kind of led to a bad situation that we're in right now. But now that they see it, now there's an opportunity. There's still, what have we got? There's still 4 or 5 days left. Anyway. 4 days left.
Get your money out, FSG. Yeah. Spend it on the right players.
Get your checkbook out.
Yeah, Lalu as well. Hi, Jack. I'm pretty much drunk, but I'm buzzing for it. I'm buzzing for the win. Lalu, well, look after yourself, mates. Enjoy it. Enjoy it safely as well.
I don't see any mistakes in that I don't see any mistakes in that sentence. You're definitely not drunk, dude. More. Let's go. Let's go. I want to see Jack flattening him. And that's it. Like, that's all I want to see. All right.
Well, yeah, Lally, have a lovely weekend anyway, and thank you very much for tuning in, mate. Every single one of yous. But we've got Andrew in the green room. Andrew, just give us a thumbs up when you're ready, mate. You ready to come on? Hello? I think Andrew's froze. Is he froze? Yeah, I think he's froze. Oh, hang on. Give us a thumbs up, live. You ready? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Happy days.
Hello, lads.
There we go.
Right?
How are you doing, La? As Jelly said there,
wow.
statement win.
What? Like, I couldn't believe it.
Unbelievable.
What has happened? Like, where?
Careful. But Andrew, what impressed you most? And chat, if you are tuning in or if you are new around here, hit that subscribe button down below. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, whatever platform, drop a like on the video for the Reds winning 9-0. But Andrew, what impressed you the most about that game? Was it the intensity levels? Bobby Firmino, Elliot, Trent? Give us your insight, fella.
The whole lot. Like, everyone. I think most of the players were still on vacation the other 3 games, and then they just come back and thought, fuck this. Let's get 9 goals past these.
Yeah.
Probably having like pina coladas on the beach somewhere.
Well, I don't want to go too over it, really, but it was a good performance. But what we want to see, Andrew, in it, and me and Spider and Chat have alluded to, we want to be taking this result now and that confidence into, obviously, the Newcastle game, innit?
Yeah.
So what do you think?
I think, obviously, I know there's talk about midfield and stuff. I think if we could get maybe 1 or 2, it'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I know today was, but like you said, Dan, before, you said, like, even if it was a 1-0, we'd still obviously need reinforcements in that midfield position.
Yeah, 100%. Spider, we don't ask him a question, mate?
Yeah, no, I was just saying, like, would you agree with myself and Jack and thinking, like, what would you start with going into, like, because you got Darwin Núñez coming back with that situation, like, would you start Bobby again? Would you give Carvalho a shout in the Newcastle game? Maybe hold Bobby off for Everton, or what do you think yourself?
I'd probably like to see Bobby start. I think obviously Núñez come to a different league, hasn't he? And obviously, he's got a bit heated a few times. Obviously, I think he just needs time. I think to play Bobby would be much helpful. I think obviously, I'd like to see Carvalho play, but like whether I don't know if they'll keep the 4-3-3 after today, or they might change it to play Carvalho behind Bobby. I don't know.
Yeah,
options though in it, Andrew. That's what we've wanted. As the thing, and especially the most important aspect, as Spider alluded to, Costas come on. I remember we just checked that. You got 2 assists. Yeah, got 2 assists. Yeah. And that's what you want. He's made the desired impact. Obviously, as you mentioned here, Andrew, Carvalho come on. Obviously got a goal in the second half as well, and we got an own goal. So everything that Liverpool done in that second half really come off, Andrew. But as I said, what did you think about Trent's performance today, Andrew?
I thought massive improvement, massive. Like, last 3 games, he was awful. Obviously, being you witnessed it against United, how bad he was. And then he just comes back and just, that goal, oh my God. But yeah, I'm surprised he never broke a window or anything like that. A car window or something. That was an outrageous goal.
I think I went full Homer Simpson, just sitting. Do you know You're lucky I wasn't on this stream when that happened, because I was sitting in the pub halfway through an article going, "Oh, what the hell is that?" Spit down my face, you know. Yeah.
With a spot on here, Andrew. Anything that you want to bring on as well, and as Lalu has alluded to brilliantly. Obviously, as much as we scored goals, we've kept a clean sheet, and everyone goes, "Yo, it's Bournemouth." But even still, regardless, whoever you're playing, a clean sheet, and that's what we've wanted in Andrew. His thoughts on obviously Joe Gomez's performance? I think he's fantastic. Best. He's back to. Would you say class him as back to his best?
Yeah, definitely. I think Van Dijk as well. Van Dijk's had loads of criticism in the last 3 games, and he was fantastic.
Quite warranted though in it, Andrew. Obviously, as you said, it's quite warranted, and question marks had been pointed at in many ways, similar with Trent, but both of them, you couldn't have asked really more. A clean sheet from our lads at the back, and obviously a goal from Virgil van Dijk. And I'm hoping, Andrew, do you want to see that a bit more this season? Obviously, goals from set pieces. Liverpool we scored the second amount of goals from set pieces last season in the Premier League. So we can do it. And as we've seen today, most of our goals come from set pieces. Would you want to see a bit more of a threat going into the Newcastle and the Everton game off set pieces?
Yeah, I think also Diaz, it's funny. So Palace, he scores with his foot and then he scores 2 headed goals today.
2 very good headers as well, though, mate, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think the first one
Diaz again, Diaz
power.
doesn't get enough. I don't think. I know there's loads of pundits say Salah and that, blah blah blah, but people forget Diaz. I don't think Diaz is getting the credit he deserves at the moment. The way he's putting a shift in every game.
Yeah. No, but you 100% agree with it, mate. Trent was fantastic as well. Yeah, we've mentioned him.
You see, that's what I've noticed as well, Jack. You see today, with regards to Trent and Van Dijk that we didn't see last week, was Van Dijk watching that line, talking to these defence. There wasn't much of that going on. There was a lot of pointing and a lot of stuff going on, but it was Milner that was informing the defence of what was happening to him in front of him, and you've seen then as he what happened subsequently with him and Van Dijk afterwards. But what a change around. That looked like that defence back to its best today. It looked like the team back to its best. You need to see that now over the course of the next few games, I think. So even for myself, when I was trying to say it to you earlier, would you start? I didn't mean Carvalho in the Everton game. Would you think of starting Carvalho maybe against Newcastle and maybe bringing Bobby into the midfield, going to 4-2-3-1 to counter?
I wouldn't change anything because we just won 9-0. If you start tinkering with anything and then you're disrupting the momentum, really. But I'd keep it for me personally. Andrew, would you change it or chat? Or would you keep it as it is?
I'd probably keep it as it is for now. But obviously, I know. Obviously, Newcastle. Obviously, is Wednesday. I think that's going to be another tough game. Obviously, look what they did with City. Gave them a game. Went at them each time, and I think Newcastle, Liverpool got a good, obviously, few matches they've played against each other the last few years. And this one's going to be a classic, I think.
Yeah, 100%. Get to Rod's comments in a second. Obviously, Speedy, Trent got at least 2 assists. I think one's gone down as an assist, but if they have, obviously, it depends. The Premier League, the way in which they award the assists. Hopefully, obviously, he's got his 46 assists now, which is quite remarkable, or probably 46, 48. Chat, what is it? His record? And he's only 23. I'll tell you what, if he continues in this run of form, then he's going to be breaking the assist record in the Premier League.
I think he was in 5th in European football at the moment or something like that for the assists. Yeah, in a season, I don't know what it was. Is it a calendar season or something like that? If he keeps breaking that record, or he keeps doing that every season, he's going to top them easily, I think.
Yeah, 100%. Chat, you know the stats more better than me anyway. Get them in anyway. I think Diaz has been our best player the season till now. 100%, mate. 100% agree with you there as well. And obviously to Rod's comments, Klopp, Bobby and Harvey are okay. Just Knox laughing at Gary Neville's comments. Happy with the team's reaction and his expectations of performance levels as well. I haven't seen them, Rod, but I'll look forward to them. Quite hilarious. Rod, just elaborate on what obviously Neville's comments are, mate. Obviously with the commentary I've got to turn down when I was listening to the game, and we've got another little guest as well. John, did you do a watch along to that? Did you do a watch along to that game with Steve, mate? Or
no, I popped in with Steve at half time, and I popped in at full time as well.
Yeah, thoughts on the game, mate? You lost the words like a lot of us.
I mean, I literally can't believe. I said in my show this morning, I said 7-0 as a joke.
Yeah. But
no one was expecting 9-0. That could have easily been 10, 11, 12-0.
Yeah.
I had Mo Salah took his chances. It was easy. Easy 10-0, 11-0.
10-11. That would have been madness, innit? It equals the Premier League record, doesn't it? 9-0. But I just wish we got that one more goal because we would have seen another record-breaking day for the Reds anyway. But I think it was a record-breaking for scoring 5 goals in the first half performance, wasn't it? But John, obviously, I don't know if you've been watching the show, mate, but in terms of what really stood out for you today about Liverpool's performance, most importantly, mate, there's a lot of aspects, but was it the intensity level? That's what when I've been speaking to you before the game, I think all of us have wanted that intensity from the get-go, and obviously Liverpool getting 2 goals in the first opening 6-5 minutes of the game, it really set the precedent in it.
100%, mate. It was the intensity level, it was the hunger, the determination to get the win. Everything that, even when they went 5-0 up, it didn't take the foot off the gas. They kept going. Even seen the last, even extra time, they were still going forward, still pushing to get that extra goal. So I don't know whether they've had a good kick up the ass from Clap.
Oh, they would have well and truly a big roaring.
Is it maybe the rumours of a new signing coming in is giving them a good boost as well? It's something, either or, but I'm glad something's happened, because that's the kind of Liverpool team we come to expect.
It's almost like that midfield actually knew their positions under threat by a certain player coming into the team. And even Henderson, Fabinho, and much more. We haven't even mentioned Fabinho, but he couldn't have got any worse than he has started the season, really, mate. But
no.
It's a great point by John, isn't it? But it's even his performance, mate.
Yeah, fantastic. You know, I think what a step up from like 3 games ago. You know, he was everywhere on the park today. He was stepping in, he was winning the ball. It was unbelievable. Like, for me, I still say that Firmino is one of the best CDMs in the country. Henderson is a dog with a bone when he wants to get going. You know, they're a great midfield. I know that, you see, the difference between James Miller's never really had an injury record. And what have we got here? Fulham beating Arsenal. Jesus, man.
Is that man Mitrovic as well? All those Arsenal fans giving him shit at the beginning of the season.
Jesus.
Yeah, in your face, Arsenal.
But so outstanding. From the lads. I can't fault anybody, and we could sit there and praise every player individually how they want. You could praise the guys that came on. Bajcetic was great when he came on, just releasing the ball, holding it for a second, passing it back when he needed to. Carvalho obviously was outstanding when he came on. That guy's going to be a baller for us. I can see it. You know, he's just going to grow and grow with confidence with us. I think this team suits him to a T in the type of football he wants to play. Whether it's in a 4-3-3, whether it's in a 4-2-3-1, whether it's in a 4-1-2-1-2, it doesn't matter. He could play it in any of those positions. But look, as Andrew said, some of them boys were still on the beach. They were still tired from this. It was a hangover from the season, the season before. I think everybody could see that, but I mean, rival fans will never see that. They'll only just want to pinpoint and pull out the bad things about Liverpool. They say, "Oh, Liverpool have finished this and that," because they're desperate for it.
They'll just close down their app, won't they, today? Everyone, they'll be like, we'll wait until Liverpool drop more points.
Liverpool today went out with a point to prove. Yeah. They sent a message to every single team in that league. We're not done. We're going nowhere. And we are on your heels. Yeah. Do not write us off.
Yeah.
In terms of Fabinho, I don't know about you, Speder, you touched on it there. Yeah. Did Fabinho come out as if he had a point to prove? People were writing him off all week long, saying he's pretty much he's done. I've heard people say he's finished. Did he come out today, in your opinion, with a point to prove?
I think he did, and I think, you know, I don't get me wrong, I still think he looks a little tired and jaded, but he was fighting for the ball, he was winning the ball back, you know, in his own. But that's just, you know, that's your place up for grabs. Like Jack said himself, was he playing like a guy that looked like he was playing for position? That's who we're alluding to, because if there's a player going to come in, it's going to be somebody who's going to be competing between Fabinho's and Hendo's position of playing around that number 6 role and on that right hand side, really. So, I think all of these players in that midfield, man, were playing today like their position was up for grabs, because I think all of them can be under threat. I think, you know, Carvalho can easily take that left hand side of the central midfield role and make it his own if he wanted to. If Thiago comes back, if he plays enough games, he can do it. Keita obviously wants out now. Ox has been done a long time ago, but still puts in a performance when he tries to, when he comes on. But, you know, Fabinho is the only one that you felt like, even when Hendo played the number 6 role, he played it well. but he was like in Hendo's best seasons is when he played behind Suarez and Sterling.
Bit more
and
advanced,
Alex,
innit?
a bit more
Yeah.
advanced. Yeah, it was his
Yeah.
best seasons, but he
Yeah.
hasn't got the legs to do that kind of
No.
every week, you know, because he's also trying to cover for Trent. So, you know, you've got there's there's 2 or 3 positions there up for grabs, really. And yeah, they were playing like,
100%,
and rightly
yeah.
so, they were
Jazz,
playing like it
yeah.
today, you know. So yeah.
It's the thing, like, and we've watched this Liverpool team in the first three games, and all of us need to remind ourselves we are four games into the league season, and obviously, as we've seen yet again, Andrew, if you're a City fan, and obviously City probably will run away with the league, but if not, they're conceding quite a lot of goals as well. Everyone's been focusing on Liverpool, but yet again today, conceding 2 goals early on. Yes, you come back and got the right reaction, but it's the thing. No, if Liverpool keep on grinding these results, for me, I've said, do you think City fans, obviously they won't be concerned, but do you think Pep Guardiola might be having a couple of words similar with Liverpool in recent weeks in terms of something's going on at the back for City? They're conceding, and that's very rarely happens, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think obviously Newcastle. There's another example. How many like goals they scored? Like scored 3 past City, like that, and then Palace scored twice today. How the hell Haaland stayed on the pitch after that like high foot? I don't know, but
I didn't see it. Was the
he
that
literally
challenge?
basically what happened was he went to go for the ball, but he caught Anderson with his stud spot on the top of his head, and the ref didn't even give the red card or nothing.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that, mate. So, I've probably
So
watched that
typical
match
City refs, eh?
It's right, lad. Do you think Liverpool was good, or rather Bournemouth had a bad day? Rod, as I said, mate, yes, that's the thing everyone's probably taken away from this game. Yes, it's only Bournemouth, but even still, again, mate, how long have we been? What, we're 3 weeks in, last week, into the league season, regardless of who we're playing. I said at the top of the show, if that was Man City today, Arsenal, Chelsea, they would have got an absolute spanking. They would have got absolutely battered today, regardless. Yeah, it's Bournemouth, but even still with a team's added quality. Would you agree with that, John? Regardless of whoever it was today, would have got an absolute spanking from Liverpool. But yeah, John, I think you're on mute there, fella. Oh, there we go. Oh, John. Can you hear us? There we go. I think John's on mute. But yeah, Spider, I was going to say, we'll bring it back, but I think we'll call it a day there anyway. It's been an absolutely... Oh, there we go. Hello.
Hello, mate. Hello. Sorry, my internet cut out there for you, so it did.
You're in Wales to be at home, probably looking at the highlights, lad. But did you catch my question, mate? Or
no, I didn't, mate.
You know, just in relation to obviously what Rod's a great question there. Obviously, would you? But for me, I was saying just then before I asked you, I said if it was City or Tottenham or Arsenal or Chelsea, whoever did turn up today, I felt the performance was that good and the intensity levels were that good. I think anyone playing today would have absolutely slapped up by Liverpool today, mate.
100%. I don't care whether that was Man United, Chelsea, Arsenal, City, Spurs. That team today would have smashed everybody. And that's it kind of angers me in a way, because had that team showed up last week, we'd have smashed Man United 10-0.
Yeah.
But again, we'll go forward, we'll move on from that, and the season starts now.
Yeah, 100%, mate. And that's what, and I think all of us have obviously been full of praise in City, and that's one aspect of City's game that Liverpool have 100% got to learn. These are the games, how many times have we seen like City teams go to the Etihad and absolutely blitz teams like 6-7-0? As John's alluded to there, Spider, we can't pick and choose when to play in football games.
Yeah.
If you want to go for the league and you want to win a league title, you can't pick and choose when you turn up. You've got to go 110% regardless of what players are on a football pitch. You've just got to keep this standard of performance like we did get today and take it into the next 10 games in the Premier League.
Yeah, it's that old adage, isn't it? It's that this team is like a family to each other. And sometimes when it's there and they're playing together so long, they can take a dip, because even though they're there for each other, they don't scold each other as much. But I think what Millie did, as I alluded to there earlier, what Millie did to Virgil, which was pretty much like be the second manager on the pitch and turn around and point in your face and say, this is wrong, this is not how we play, blah, blah. And then it continued on into the rest of the week for training, and that lesson was learned. Yeah, like it has to be intense. You're going for a title. You want to battle for a title. You want to be battling in all competitions. Just because you had a long season last season doesn't make it a difference. We understand that you're tired. We understand it. But if you're not up for the game, give your place to somebody else, or play like you want to keep your place. It's that simple. You know, just even if you tell me you're tired, I'll take you off. I'll put somebody else on that wants to play at this moment in time. If you don't play for the sake of playing, don't just go out there and turn up as a body on the pitch and not be a player. You know, so and not be part of it. So that's what I would say. About the way the season has started. I would say all of them were there. They're all like a family. They're all like buddies, but none of them was really putting any of the rest of them under pressure to say, that's wrong, that passes none. And one or two of the leaders in the team decided to take it upon themselves and shout. Like Millie was shouting at Henderson, and he was he's saying, like, lads, I know I'm not able to do what I can do on the pitch, but I'm here. I've been asked to do a job. That's what I'm going to do. And you're going to do better than me because I'm 10 years older than you, or I'm 12 years older than you. Will make a difference. Run, do it. You know, it's all of these little factors that come into play. And I think this week has just taught Liverpool a very, very valuable lesson. I think this game has woken them up. And I think it's just onward and upwards now from here. Just keep that intensity going. Show like you want to win a game. I was sick of watching Trent and Van Dijks and all that walk around against lower opposition and not treat them with the respect that they deserve, because that annoyed me in the last few weeks, especially all last month. I need them to treat every game like they're playing Barcelona, Real Madrid, PSG, Man United, or Everton out there, you know, or City. I wanted to go out and say, we're going to punish you first, and then you can relax. Because that's what they did today. They punished them up 6-0, relaxed for 10-15 minutes, then went on and scored another 3. You know, that's the way the game should be won. It shouldn't be, oh, let's just get through it, and then we'll up the intensity. No, do it from the start of the whistle, and then finish them off later again. So
100%, mate, 100%, and spot on there, chat as well. And that helps with obviously recruitment in terms of bringing in quality players off the bench. And I think once everyone is back fully fit, then you can be in a case of where you can bring in a player here and there, most importantly as well. And obviously, big up Panov as well, fella. Thank you very much for tuning in, mate. Chat, if you haven't got your man in a match in, I think a lot of you have probably gone with, obviously, Bobby Firmino. But just before we do round off, get to everyone's comments as well, and then we'll go around the panel. Big up, fellas. Big up Panov as well. But cheers, folks. 2 a.m. Great fun and fellowship. See you all next week up to Reds. Well, Rod, I'll see you midweek anyway for the Newcastle game. And good luck. Nice one, Rod. Have a lovely rest of your night, mate. Obviously, he's in Australia. But fair play to you, mate. And thank you for tuning in, mate, on the watch along and obviously on the post match, most importantly. But chat as well. Get your man in the matches in before we do shoot off as well. But as I said, I'll go with my first man in the match. It has to be Bobby Firmino for me, mate, in terms of his performance. Two good. Well, they look like easy assists because players have literally run onto the end of them. But Bobby's intelligence within he's countless. And when Bobby is in this form, he makes it look easy. When Bobby's in the form he was today, he makes football look easy. And we've seen that. There was a lovely chip over the top of Bournemouth's defence as well. I think the first half makes it look simple. That's a 15-20 yard chip. Mate, he's playing. It's like he's playing FIFA or something. Tips it over and another better finish from Salah. That would have been a hat trick of another assist anyway. But man of the match for me, Bobby, and then followed up closely by Diaz, and then third place. If you had to pick one, I'd go with Harvey Elliott, mate. So yeah, pick your 1, 2, and 3. Man of matches, chat. But yeah, go ahead,
exactly the same as you, to be honest with you. Exactly the same. I would have it in that order as well. So yeah, ridiculous. Like I thought that, Bobby was phenomenal today. He looked back to his best. But as you said, he's got an intelligence about him when he plays football that even if he's going to lose a ball, he's putting it in a direction where he knows another Liverpool player is standing. So even if like it's going to stretch or he's going to do something, he'll allow it to, like if he knows he's not getting to a ball, he'll allow it in such a way to hit his shoulder or the side of his head that he knows the ball is going to go that direction because he knows that player is going to be sitting there. So even when he's forced into making mistakes, he tries to make them right by putting the ball into the right area, whether it's with his ear, his chin, his knee, or the top of his arse. It doesn't make a difference. That ball is going where it needs to go. But that's Bobby for you. He's a workhorse. He's been our dirt coat, as I said, alluded to, but with I think a lot more intelligence on the ball when it regards football and skill level. But yeah, he's been phenomenal. Harvey, great game. Him and Diaz have been our 2 best players all season so far to date by a country mile. Nobody's come even close. And no, the rest of them are starting to catch back up. And I don't want to be saying I'd like to be able to say that Diaz and Harvey are going to be the best players at the end of the season, but I would expect the other guys to score a few goals to come up and beat that, because he's a link-up player. So
Salah will be fuming as well, chat, won't he? Yeah. He'll be made up, as we said at the top of the show. He'll be made up, but Salah will be deep down. He won't publicly say it, but like, right, so any chance Salah does now get, he's going to be like, right, gonna go. But John, would you go for anything, Salah, or you're going to throw in a couple of names that we haven't mentioned on the post-match? We could be here for like another 50 hours. There's that many good performances today.
Well, let's be honest. You could name anybody in that start 11 for man of the match. Yeah. You really could. Personally, I would go with Diaz.
Diaz, man of the match, yeah.
I thought Diaz from the very first whistle was outstanding. Agree with Bobby. Obviously, he gets the assists and the goal and whatnot. That's a Bobby of old. That's the Bobby that we've seen before. Now, if Bobby can do that consistently
throughout the season, that'd be amazing, mate.
As I've always said, if you get Bobby in the box, he's probably our best finisher. So he's put him in the box, 1-on-1 goal. He's probably our best finisher. What he does when he does it instinctively, he's outstanding. When he thinks too much, that's when he misses the chances. He has too much time to think about it.
Yeah, I'd say Salah's probably our best finisher one year, and obviously Nunez we haven't got really, but I understand where you're saying there, making terms of the best. Bobby is off the cuff stuff, innit? He's probably almost accurate finisher. More
accurate. I understand. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like Salah gets way more chances, but Bobby is super accurate when he does get the chance in there. But then, as you said, if he overthinks, that's his biggest issue. Yeah.
He sometimes just overthinks things, and that's not his game. Bobby's at his best when he just does things without thinking. Like Jackie mentioned, he didn't think about it. He just did it.
Yeah, he was doing like back heels and everything, and but you're spot on there, mate. Jack, get you 1 to 3. Obviously, 1 being your best man of the match. And anyway, see if you've got any different ones. Obviously, we haven't even mentioned much of Robbo. Phenomenal game, much improved. Christ almighty. If you analyse his first 3 performances, he really set the tempo at the beginning of the game. We've 100%. Mentioned Gomez. We haven't really mentioned Alisson because he didn't really have much to do. But even his ball distribution, obviously the intensity, I think he was feeding off the crowd, basically telling him to get the ball forward. Henderson, it was a good game. Much improved. It's great to see him actually control the ball in the middle of the park for once.
Yeah.
Why you're not coming on? I'm not too sure, Panov, but thank you for being here, mate. As I said, I think it's YouTube for some weird reason doesn't like you doing 2 videos in a day, which is weird. But thank you most importantly, mate. As I said, there's always going to be a post-match reaction show on the channel, on all the videos, everyone. Sometimes if we play bad, it'll probably be 24 hours after when I've actually had time to stew over and not get my instant thoughts, because I'll be chatting absolute bare wham after a Liverpool defeat or a draw or something. But Andrew, would you throw a couple of names that the lads and me and chat have mentioned?
I'll probably go with Bobby, Diaz, Harvey. Shout out to Harvey as well. Apparently, obviously, I think it didn't break anything through the week. Obviously, I think Doug said, I've just watched on his channel before, and Doug put apparently Harvey lost his nan this week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, shout out to him. Obviously, and that goal, he fully deserves it today. Obviously, you could tell by the emotional, like on his face, the emotion. Like he wanted this goal. He wanted he wanted to give the fans the win. Obviously, R.I.P. Olivia as well.
Yeah.
So, like it was fantastic win. Obviously, but all the fans are saying that was for her today. Like Olivia, 9-year-old. So
yeah, it's what's amazing. Quite rightly, obviously, thoughts from everyone on the channel, and obviously to Olivia's family, and obviously most importantly to family and friends. And it's a really sad occasion. Well, and what happened anyway. It's been a difficult week in terms of Merseyside. I don't know, for people outside Liverpool, there's been quite a lot of horrible things going on in terms of gun crime and knife crime, and it's not what you want to be seeing. But even Jurgen Klopp, there's no words that we can say really, but there's thoughts and prayers go to Olivia's family and everyone affected this weekend within Merseyside as well. Obviously, the sad passing of a couple of people, but as I said, mate, Andrew couldn't have said it any better, mate. Thoughts go to Olivia and everyone. And thank you, most importantly, everyone, for tuning in. Gentlemen, for joining me on, obviously, the panel tonight. Really do appreciate it. And everyone tune in today. A great result for Liverpool. Couldn't have got any better. It's the response we've needed and we've wanted this season, Reds, as well. Well, thank you to everyone that is tuned in on the post-match and the live chat as well. Absolute legend, every single one of you. Look after yourself. And have a lovely rest of your Sunday. There will be a video out tomorrow. I will be doing the live stream watch-alongs of the 2 Premier League games. I'll be knackered by the end of it, but it'll be good, fun. But thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And you never walk alone, Reds. Let's bring on the mighty Toon Army anyway. But I didn't see the game. Now quickly get to panels. Didn't see the game, so hard for me to say. But who was my man? But I'd go Bobby and Harvey. Fabio gets a round of applause for me. And thoughts, obviously, to Olivia's family quite rightly as well, mate. But everyone, enjoy your weekends. I'll be back tomorrow for the live stream watch-alongs. Everyone, enjoy it. Put your feet up. Relax. No better. What a time to be a Red, especially when we beat a team 9-0.